Hi, it's been a while. Welcome back to me, mostly. I'm sure you've been on YouTube. I haven't been. It's been a while since I've made a video. And I just decided to make one on a whim, kinda. So here I am. If this is the first time you're watching this, hi, I'm Kat. I make autobio comics, or just comics in general, and risograph prints. And I usually post to Instagram. That's my main spot on the internet. But I'm there in other places. Anyway, I decided to make this video about sketchbooking, and I decided before I made this video that I would make it in a way that makes sense to my brain. And that means I have notes, because I will forget everything that I'm supposed to say currently. I'm already forgetting. Let's get to it. Yes, I make comics and reso prints. Check. Okay, here's the thing. I am an iPad kid through and through. I make 99% of my artwork on my iPad. This video, however, is me drawing in an actual physical sketchbook, and that is weird for me. And I think that will be evident in the sketchbook tour, but it was kind of freeing. It was experimental for me, and I had a good time. So hopefully you'll have a good time, and if not, don't tell me. Why am I drawing in a sketchbook, and why did I make a sketchbook tour? I just finished drawing the line art for my graphic novel. It's my very first graphic novel. It's coming out in 2026, and it's called I'd Like You to Like Me. It's about a girl who works for 2 weeks at a religious Christian sleepaway summer camp and has a little crush. And that's all I'll say right now, because if I say anything else, it'll get too confusing for me, and then for you, maybe. I'm still working on it, but anyway, 2026, please don't forget about me. It's gonna be a while. I still have to color it and do some edits and everything else. I don't know, it's my first time working on one, so it's all new to me. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be working on it. It's a dream come true, etc., etc. Anyway, back to the sketchbooking. I have a lot of free time currently because I turned in the line art for my graphic novel. I'm waiting for my editor to give me feedback, and in the meantime, I'm just kind of sitting around trying to keep busy. A bunch of my friends have influenced me to try to draw for real, because iPad drawing is fake and everybody knows it. I'm just kidding. It's all real. It's just different, people. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna draw in a sketchbook, and then I proceeded to misplace my sketchbook and my pencil case that had all of my drawing supplies in it. But that gave me a good excuse to go ahead and buy new ones, which you will also see in this video before the sketchbook tour. Can you hear my chair squeaking? That's my chair. Yeah, so a lot has happened since I made a video last. I'm afraid to look at any of my old videos, so I refuse to know what the last video was or when it was posted. But I'm pretty sure since I posted a video, I was working from here, and then I rented actually a studio in a neighboring city for a year, and I bought my own reso printer. And then I moved back here because I discovered, surprise, surprise, I hate working from any place that's not my apartment. So this is much better here. I love it here. I feel comfortable. I have a cat. I have 2 cats now. That's another thing that's different. Okay, let me show you. We adopted another cat a year ago. His name is Harry. He's really cute and a little bit fat, and we love that. Hold on. Yes, he's such a good boy. He's just sleeping. He's just a little boy. That's all he is to me. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I'm pretty much at the end of my notes, I think. Why don't you give this a like and subscribe before you get into the video? That would be kind of cool. But if you want to wait until after the video is truly done, then fair enough. I respect that. But enjoy. I hope it's worth it. It will be worth it. Stay for the whole thing. Thank you. Okay, see ya. See you later. I'll see you at the end of the video. Love ya. So this is my sketchbook. I picked it up like 3 weeks ago because I lost my other sketchbook that was much nicer. I have no idea where it went, but anyway, I picked this up from a bookstore in New York City. It's Maruman. I'm definitely not pronouncing that correctly, but it's from Japan. I don't know what size it is because I am American and I don't know what millimeters are compared to inches. So that's 122 millimeters by 174 millimeters. So no clue. Yeah. So let's just get right into it because this thing is ugly and it doesn't actually matter. And I'm an iPad girl, so I never know what I'm doing. Okay, first of all, I don't like drawing in the first page because it scares me. So, and also I go out of order. When I first got this, I definitely turned to a random page and then started drawing. So I would say that I do get better at drawing as I go. But you'll never know when I actually started it, but I will tell you at some point. Anyway, I actually just did this page this morning. This was the very last one before I finished it. Yeah, I use little markers. I drew little butterflies. I don't like to draw animals that often. I just don't think I'm good at it. I'm not used to it. But I do like a limited color palette, which you will see the same colors throughout this whole thing since I finished this in 3 weeks. I use a lot of the, what do you call them? The Caran d'Ache aquarelle neocolors. And I use a lot of Tombow. Again, if I'm saying any of this wrong, sorry. And a lot of Le Pen flex markers. I will show them, I'm sure, at some point in this video. So yeah, let's just keep going. I accidentally just knocked my whole tripod, so hopefully everything looks okay. This is me trying to figure out a limited color palette with weird colors, using markers and such. I really like working digitally because I can kind of change the colors as I go, so this is a good challenge of me thinking or trying to figure out how to do that in real life. Again, this is a sheep. I do not draw animals normally. Kind of scary. This page I like a little bit more. I was using some reference photos from some pictures I had took when we went to Ireland last year. Not that that comes across here, but just so you know. Well, that has to do with the sheep on the page before too. But again, limited color palette. I do not like this sketchbook also. On one side, I'm getting ahead of myself, but on one side it's smooth, the other side is textured. I do not like textured, but if you like the variety, then maybe it's for you. These are using the Caran d'Ache aquarelle. I hope I'm saying that right. And these are Tombow markers. I do kind of like the way this bird came out. What is it? Is it a crane? Is it a heron? I don't know. You know what? Okay, so this is kind of where I started drawing, sort of. I picked up a brush pen and just started drawing. That's my cat Lou. I'm not good at animals, y'all. But then I went in later with a teal and just kind of filled in the page and made me feel better about myself. This is using a fountain pen. And honestly, I don't... I get it. I get why people like it, especially when you're kind of drawing little stars like this. But I tried to draw a landscape, and it was, I couldn't figure out how to do it without it looking, I don't know, too busy. But maybe that's okay. And then I drew this weird garbage can. And here is the Eiffel Tower. And a little, I was going to say Godzilla, but that's not right. King Kong. Let's see. This is again one of the first pages I drew, I think, ever in this book. I'd gone on a little sketchbook date with a couple of my friends, Marianne and Cece, and I think I was using a fountain pen for this. Pan. Oh boy. Accents coming out. But then later on, when I discovered, oh yeah, I can use color in my sketchbooks, I came in and I filled in some color, and it just made me feel a little bit better about it. I don't love line drawings. Oh, okay. This is, again, when I was hanging out with Cece and Marianne, and we were manifesting getting into MoCA, which is a comics and arts fair in New York City, 2025. It's kind of hard to get to. I feel like it's once you're in, you're in. This might be the very first page ever I drew in this. I was just kind of copying Marianne. If you don't know, she is the ghost egg, and she draws a lot of ghosts. And she just started drawing a similar shape, and I was nervous and self-conscious, so I just kind of jokingly copied her. But of course, her version came out beautiful, and mine's just some scribbles. Also, this is a little sorbet thing that Cece got at the cafe we were at. Again, another beautiful page. I do not sketchbook a lot. I don't know, it really took me a long time. Oops, I ripped the page. It's okay. It took me a long time to figure out how I wanted to draw. These are messy, and that's okay. I was figuring it out. And as I also lost my pencil case filled with all of the markers that I like. So it was weird figuring out, from scratch, what markers and pens and stuff, what works for me. So that's what I'm doing here. So again, everything that's in color, I kind of went back into later to figure out. I do like this tree, though. I drew that on our little sketchbook date. And I do like this color palette here, the pink with the yellow over, kind of gives like a fluorescent orange. I do a lot of Riso printing also, and Riso printing is kind of all about using limited color palettes, so I'm interested if this will inspire it. This is another spread, if you will, that I drew with my friends, and it's just a mess. I was using a Pentel brush pen. Still don't know how to use it. Don't know if it's for me. But we were talking about Spy Kids, and I drew this from memory, and honestly, it's pretty good. I love Spy Kids. It holds up. Messy page. I was trying to figure out how to use the aquarelle colors. This is Jessie from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love her. If you know, you know. And if you know me, you know that that game runs my whole life, as you'll see in the next couple pages. This is Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. I was just playing the game and pausing and drawing some scenes from the game. Aerith's house. Then I rediscovered my Le Pen Flex markers. Again, Aerith from Final Fantasy VII, just doodling. I really do like to doodle in colors that aren't black. I think it really frees me up a little bit. And I'm just, really loosey-goosey here. This, I think, is based off of something I saw on Pinterest. I do notice that in sketchbooks, I'll just write down little phrases that come to me, and sometimes I'll use them in comics, digital comics that I post, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just kind of like a weird form of journaling, and this is, I think, the only page that I kind of use watercolor in as a base, but I don't hate it. But I don't like watercolors because if it takes me too long to set up, I just won't use it, and watercolors, you need, obviously water and the paint and a paintbrush. And I like the ease of markers. Again, just writing random things. I think I was watching a Lee Ellickson vlog there. Okay, no, I lied. These are some of the first pages I drew because I was trying to figure out the brush pen and the fountain pen. And I don't mind them, it's just I'm not used to it. And also, the textured paper does not, in my opinion, go well with the brush pen. This is another page of using a fountain pen. I'm trying to get better at like handwriting. I don't know, what would you call that? Fonts? There's a word for it. I'm blanking out. You know what I mean. Writing words, they look nice, but I'm not quite there yet, but I'm gonna get there. Again, figuring out currently here how to layer like the different markers and like wax pastels and such in a way that doesn't look muddy. I haven't figured it out here. Doing some test pages, some scribbling. This I don't think is successful. I was trying to do a landscape and it just came out so muddy. But I really tried to keep it loose, experimental. Again, I love drawing with a pink outline. I think it reminds me a lot of what I do with Riso. I like an unconventional color here and there. Little baby deer. Yeah, just doing more scribbling, keeping it loose, trying to practice. Again, I don't think too much of this is successful. That's okay. This one I do like. I think it's weird enough that I'm like, okay, feels a little different, and that's, I guess, how I truly felt. This, on the other hand, I don't think is successful. You know, all trial and error. I was just playing with landscapes, playing with line, etc. Weirdly enough, I feel like this kind of relates more to what I post online compared to anything else, and it may be because it's just like a square and words, and that essentially is what makes up my autobio comics formula. Is I just kind of, if I can't think of anything to draw, I draw a landscape or myself and my general thoughts and feelings and put those into words and combine them. But I do like the colors here. This is another, I think I was scrolling through Pinterest and just drew a photo that came up. Don't love the colors here. I don't think there's enough contrast. This is a portrait of Andrew Bird, and I think it came out okay. I remember drawing this exact same photo of him in high school in a similar way with all these different colors, and I do like drawing portraits. I just feel self-conscious about showing them. I don't know why. I feel like it just like it shows what I'm thinking about too much, or like who I'm thinking about. I don't know. I freak out with things like that. I did discover that whatever pen I was using is not water soluble. No, that's not the word. It's not waterproof. So things got a little muddy here. But I do feel like, again, this feels more like my digital style, which I think I'm trying to get closer to, because otherwise I'm like, what's the point of sketching if I can't share it? Which is a shame. Does that make sense? Like, this is my job. I feel like I have to share, but it's also good to draw just for me. And I'm caught in between thinking what to do. Again, just experimenting with markers and different colors together. I think I like this page just because I like this color combo. Doesn't mean I like the content, but I'm like, oh yeah, this is a color combo I could keep in mind for other illustrations. Whew, I have to remember to take a breath once in a while. Like, I can edit this. I don't have to talk straight through. I had just bought some new markers, and so I wanted to kind of swatch everything. It's just kind of funny because this is towards the end of the sketchbook, and I was like, I really waited this whole time to swatch, which is silly. But see this brush pen? Not my friend, but I've seen other people use it, and I love it. The Le Pen Flex, again, some of my favorites to use, and I really love the Tombow markers. ABT, I think Tombow ABT, but you can like layer them and the colors like blend really nicely, and it really does remind me a lot of Riso printing, where you have to print one color at a time and the colors layer on top of each other to make new colors. So I'm going to be sticking with those, I think, because it makes sense in my brain. Again, the Caran d'Ache Neo 2 aquarelles. I feel like when I say that name. I'm just like really kind of slurring my words, and it just might be me. Hard for me to pronounce, but they are water soluble. Forget it. You know what? You know what I mean. Words are hard for me sometimes. It is what it is. Again, working on, man, why am I blanking out on the word for this? Handwritten typography, perhaps? I lose my words a lot. I do not like to talk. And maybe you are discovering why I don't like to talk. I do like this one. I based this off of a photo I took in upstate New York. I kind of like the irony of writing "I am trying to remember" and then the remember got smudged. That was not intentional, but I do like that. And I used a combo of Tombow markers, Le Pen, and the Caran d'Ache aquarelles. I have to stop saying that. I'm just embarrassing myself every time. The other day, I was walking around the city that I live in, and I found a new spot for me to draw in, and it was so quiet and peaceful, and I have yet to confirm that this spot is kind of secret and nobody else goes there, because I've only been there once, but I will return, and if nobody is there, it's going to be my little secret. I did see a goose with a broken wing, and it was giving me such anxiety, and I felt so bad. I felt like crying, so I had to move. Anyway. More limited color palettes, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. I think this is pretty muddy, so I wouldn't layer this color over again, but I think it works for shadows. Again, Pinterest photos. I tried to draw a self-portrait. I just couldn't do it. Some days it just doesn't happen. I feel like parts of this look like me, but much of it doesn't. But I like drawing people a lot. Oh, and that's the end. It's a short little sketchbook. Real quick, it really got me back into sketching, which I'm thankful for. This is really poorly done, but once I get to the end, I'm so tired. But yeah, that's that. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. Like and subscribe.
What are you afraid of?
Will there be a new video soon? Yes, definitely. Definitely soon. But no, for real, I don't know. I made this on a whim. I'm gonna try, but if you subscribe and I make another video soon, it'll just pop up for you. And then you click and you watch. And in between those two videos, maybe you'll think about me. Maybe you won't think about me at all, but I'll be thinking about you, and that's what matters. I'm rambling. This is why I don't make these. Sometimes I'm so... I already forgot what I was saying. Okay, well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I'll see you around. I'll see you around the internet. I'm on Instagram mostly, and Substack. There's a link of where I'm at below. But subscribe, okay? Thanks. Bye. Love you.
Well, what now?